Well, hey, folks, John Duffin here from Duffin Media. Welcome to your special, very special lunchtime edition of Your Monday Motivation, where we are here to kickstart your week. Say hi to my partner in crime, superstar lender, Chad Levine. Hey, bud.
What's up, my friends? I hope all's well. We're serving lunch today. It's a full course. It's a full course of motivation with a side of a kick in your ass. How does that sound?
I don't know why. I love every time you say that. Whether you do the more formal arse or informal.
I figured today I go straight for the ass.
Chad Naxon's here.
Listen, I think Chad, it's been a long time since we've been on camera together. I think we're due to have you on as a special guest. I'm sure John would be totally fine.
1,000%. Absolutely. That's a hard yes. And folks, it's just absolutely the best to have everything here. It's just great in regards to seeing everybody. Look, it's your first day of fourth quarter. It's your first day of October, so to speak. So much going on. Chad, what are we going to cover today?
So it's funny. John and I actually prepped a little bit for today. I'm not going to lie.
I can see it in your appearance. It looks gorgeous.
I wouldn't say as much physically, so much more so the actual content we're going to deliver. I definitely need to work on a couple technical things. I would definitely benefit from a green screen, maybe some ring lighting and some other aspects technically, but I'm going to do it in true fashion, what I call ad hoc, John. And we're going to do ad hoc. Is that good?
In fact, it's great. Yeah.
So today's episode is about internal dialogue. When we talk about the internal dialogue, it's those voices in your head. On one shoulder is the good guy. On one shoulder is the bad guy. We call him the guy with the halo and the guy with the devil horns, right? And they're always talking back and forth in your mind. And no matter who you are, we know you got this going on. So John and I want to dive deep into this subject today because we think if we can help you to overcome the devil, right, then you can do a little more of that angel and help you get a little bit more into the positive mindset and focus on your goals and hit more of your goals because that goddamn negative son of a bitch, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to say it right. That negative son of a bitch is always there to F with your mind. Right?
I love the way you say it always. And I intentionally brought up the words first day of the quarter and the first day of a because those are the sorts of things, folks, if you're listening out there, how many times have you heard that? And I'll ask you this, how many times have you heard that and felt good about it? Like, those to me are often triggers. Yeah, they're opportunity. Yeah, they're great. But it starts the internal dialogue going in regards to literally, oh my God, I'm supposed to have stuff figured out. I'm supposed to have stuff dealt with. I'm supposed to tell you exactly the details of the plan and my progress. Well, what if you don't have it all figured out? Then what? And that's where the angel and devil, but you should know this. Well, you don't. So for me, it's like the timing on this is great because if we can literally brush off that one, the one chatterbox, then maybe we can help somebody,
It's true. So we actually have a show flow, guys, believe it or not. John and I realized that in doing these, that's when you figure out your true formula for success. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So we're going to go to the next segment of our show, which is John's quote of the day. All right. So John, in true words of, and I was trying to think of the artist. I can't think of it, but when, I think it was Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg that says, drop it like it's hot.
Oh, absolutely. Snoop Dogg, Pharrell, right?
So John, drop it. You know what? I think we're going to rename this segment. I'm going to have Jason work on some lower thirds. It's going to be called Drop It Like It's Hot. How's that sound?
Guess what? Yes. And use the music until they come at us and make us take it off.
So, John, drop it like it's hot, my friend.
Done. So here it is. Hesitation is the kiss of death. You might hesitate for just a nanosecond, but
Uh-huh.
that's all it takes.
Okay.
That's from
All
Mel
right.
Robbins, the author of the
Okay.
5-second rule, and one of my all-time favorites in regards to high performance results and delivery.
So now we're going to go to the second segment, which is John's 2-minute drill. And John's going to tell us how this quote has anything to do with today's theme, the relevancy. And we're going to do what John does best. John's going to go deep, and I'm going to do the right? So Jason, can you bring up our 2-minute shot clock for John? And when you're ready, John, tell Jason to hit it.
Hit it. All right. So when I was thinking and looking at this quote, hesitation is the kiss of death, here's what I'm alluding to. Those voices telling you you need to either overplan, figure out you're not good enough, this isn't perfect enough, give it another look, all of those things stop me from the most important thing of all, which is taking the action. Everything is about action, and nothing is about the sense of having it all figured out. Yes, have a flow like we talked about with the show. Yes, have some sort of a semblance of a structure, but move. And that to me is the biggest part of where my internal dialogue comes up short, which is needing everything figured out. Did I leave something out? Second guessing myself. So that's why this quote is so powerful to me. You might hesitate for just a nanosecond, but that's all it takes. The quote actually continues with that one small hesitation triggers a mental system, which literally stops you from doing anything. So for me, the whole point is if I'm sitting overthinking, overanalyzing, and over planning, I'm not acting. And if I'm not acting, things aren't moving. Where I tend to learn, where I tend to help myself, and I've seen this with others, when I coach others, which is strictly this, you learn from your actions. That old cliche, hey, look, a mistake just proves that you're trying. The fact of the matter is you don't know that if you're all up in your head, frozen. That's why, to me, the hesitation is such a problem. That's why, to me, that chatter is so problematic. And to me, why you simply take an action and move.
Got it. So it's better to do it and fall on your ass than it is to think any longer than a second about it.
Yeah. You know what you're doing.
I can dig that.
You know what you're doing. You typically know what you're doing.
That's my translation. Does that work for you?
It works great for me.
Okay.
Quick, easy, and I like every bit of it.
All right, so that's my translation. I think that's a solid one. I think it's one everyone can relate to. And John, I dig the quote, man.
Thank you for that. Hey, you know what? I actually had a second quick quote, which completely agrees with you. Same author, Mel Robbins.
Hey, where's this? This was not in our script, John.
Well, this is what she said to concur with you. Start before you're ready. Don't prepare, begin. So the fact of the matter is, Chad Levine, I hear you loud and clear. I think you said it even better.
So that quote couldn't be any more relevant to the entire show. And it's the sole purpose that I give John as little preparation time as possible, because I feel like it helps him think on his feet more and provide more value. So that's me being your coach. How's that sound?
Hey, I like all of us. Listen, we all help each other. We all coach each other, and we'd be fools not to pay attention to each other. We can all learn something, right?
So we're at our next segment, which is our open session, where we're going to go a little deeper into today's topic. We've given you guys a quote. John's given his explanation, and I've simplified it from my, simplistic mind, for lack of a better term. John, talk about personally the internal dialogue that you've had to deal with throughout your entire life, and what things have you learned, and do you teach others to control that?
God almighty. I had this ridiculous thought of breaking what I think is bad news to somebody, whether it is on a personal level that I've got to admit something or share something on a business level where it is a matter of maybe we didn't get the results or whatever it happens to be. I freeze often. One of my quirks before I deliver bad news. So what I want to do is just play this through in my mind over and over and over and over again. It never makes the situation better for me. Never. And when I say to other people, that sense of getting the conversation going, back to the action part. I have lost, if I wanted to go recalculate all of the moments, minutes, days that I have lost not moving forward because I simply was afraid to say what I wanted to say.
So let me ask you this. This is going to be very poignant and on point to what it is we're discussing. All right. And I'm going to keep you with a couple quick hits. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got one side talking negative, one side talking positive, right? How do you control the negative, and how do you allow the positive to overtake the negative? Is it, do you discount the negative completely and do you say it's BS? Or do you give the negative enough airtime to say, you know what, there's some validity to it, but how do I overcome it? So do we completely ignore the negative, right? That's the first thing.
Right.
Or do we allow ourselves to give it enough time, but find a way to overcome it?
I'm going with B. In terms of the quick hit, I'm going with B. Here's why. That when you push and suppress something, push it back, suppress something, it's not there, it's not real. It typically tends to come back bigger and bolder and more in your face. Acknowledging facts, but coming up with solutions based upon all the information you know, bluntly, is a cleaner, more beneficial decision.
And I think that's really I'm glad you answered it that way, because that actually leads directly into my message, which, you know, and it's exactly what you were saying, which is, you know, use it. You can be critical, right? There's nothing wrong with being critical. There's nothing wrong with saying there's something going on and I need a solution, but to let it linger and to harbor it means that you're not finding the solution. When you find the solution, you get rid of that negativity. So for me, it's not to completely discredit or ignore it, but it's to solve it quickly and move on. Move on. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
As this first day of fourth quarter and all that sort of thing, I love that, Chad. I do. It's that move on part, because this is where you really learn, is in the moving on part, at least from my experience, that like in terms of helping people. I took this action, didn't work out great. Why? Because blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what are you going to do? Okay, as a result, I'll now know not to do that. I'll do this instead. And to me, that's
you program yourself, right? So that when it comes up, bam, I have the solution. Bam, bam, bam. You're actually hardwiring your mind to have these solutions preset, so that when they come in, they go out, right? So the first thing is going to be getting that negativity out as quickly as you can by already having the solutions there, right? That's the first thing. That to me is the most important thing. The second thing is to say 99% of the time it's not real, right? You're creating it, you're making it worse than it is, right? You're making that negative thing worse than it is, right? And number three, which I believe to be probably the most important, is that you have to have the ability, right, to work on a way to consciously know what's going on. Because here's the worst thing that can happen, John. The worst thing that can happen is that you're in that sea and you can't get out of it. That's the worst thing that can happen, right? And if you don't have a way, and it sounds crazy. You guys are like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about you battling within your own mind. That's what I'm talking about. Because we all deal with it, right? We're trying to find ways for you to get out of that negative thought, move on, move past it, have solutions set up in your mind so you can move quickly. Thank you, Chad.
I think it's perfect. And hey, Chad Naxon, thank you for that comment. I was going to say that the other thing is too, it's now, well, let's pretend it's your halfway point through the first day of the week. And so often people's mindsets, at least in speaking with me, are getting through Monday rather than plowing ahead and making things happen. Just
True.
get through.
That's true.
As if you were walking through a landmine or like, and that's to me the second part. Everything you said, I'm with, and I'll add one more, which is 99% of the time too. So say it doesn't work out. Say you land on your face. Great. That is never, or very rarely is it that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Just get up. Just get the hell up and move. And
It's true.
so in specific actions, I have created in my mind, the world's going to explode. Everybody's going to run. I'll get fired. I'll lose my business. Blah, 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 blah. And none of it happens. And then, as I said, the one bad thing that really can happen actually does happen, which is you don't move forward. I don't do anything. I don't reach out to the people that I should be reaching out to. I'm not helping people. And then the day actually does become a failure.
So it sounds like through our discussion, we've come together with a common answer. And my former partner, Chad Naxon, will tell you, I'm very glad. Would you like my quote of the day? And I didn't even have to.
Please,
Yeah. So my quote of the day is called flip the pancake, right?
Okay.
Flip the pancake means get into it, get it done, and move on. Same thing with that negative thought. Same thing with how to handle your internal dialogue.
Oh, man.
Get in there, analyze it, and move on. So we both agree, that the best way to handle that battle between negative and positive is to move on, flip that pancake, and keep your momentum going.
Do something. Just do something. Just do something. It's like tons of. I love seeing it in writing as well.
And by the way, that is my own quote. I'm sure other people have used it, but I don't know who else did.
That's an original? Okay. I know that.
It's super deep, right? And we want everyone to know, as you get into these shows and as you look for the messaging, it's purposefully set up this way. John is a classically trained, deeper thought. You like this deeper thoughtist?
Is that right?
He is, and I am more of the I kind of haven't read the books or done to this or done to that, but I think I'm more of a conscious level person. I kind of take things in more. I kind of use my experiences, so I'm more anecdotal. And the purpose of our show is we want John to go deep, and then I want to try and explain it on a level that's more relatable, right? That's the goal. And then in the end, while it seems like we're all over the place, we're going to come to a common solution, and that's your nugget of the day.
Yeah.
That's it.
You don't need everything figured out. You
Yeah.
don't. Just move something forward, and from there you'll learn something. And from there,
just flip that pancake.
Flip the pancake, right?
Flip the pancake.
Dude, I love that. Folks, I hope you liked it as much as I did. I'm stealing it, but I will always credit the author of Flip the Pancake, Chad Levine.
Well, I'll tell you what. Believe it or not, it took us under 20 minutes.
Boom.
We did the episode. We came to a common message. And I think people can take something from this. I really do, John.
Well, I feel great about it. And I'm loving everything with it. And folks, as I said, for me, I practiced what I preached. I had the 9 a.m. Appointment this morning. Every fiber of my being was saying, hey, it's rainy, it's cold, it's this, it's that. Fine. Started the car.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all that I'll give myself credit for is starting the car. Everything else happened only because I started the car.
I'll tell you what, John, that's another quote.
Right? Just start the car.
Just start the car.
Brother, I love it.
I make it simple. Just start the car and flip that pancake.
Right. And stealing from my own mantra, my own business, Chad Naxon going with the message was received from the host of your message received. But guys, in regards to your Monday motivation, as I said, there you go. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like I said, don't let these voices take you out today. Just take an action, go do it.
I think we did justice to the topic. I feel like we served our viewers.
I think we covered it.
And I am happy to part ways. What about you?
We coming back? Are we going to come back next week and do this again?
It will be the same bat time at the same bat channel. Facebook friends and followers, we appreciate your viewership. We hope you find this to be valuable, and we would love to be the kick in your arse. Thanks for watching Your Motivation Monday. Your Monday. Look at that, John. I just screwed it up. Your Motivation.
Right.
Adios, mio.
Right.
Have a good week, everyone.
Hey, be well. Thank you all.
Peace.